In this demo, let us try to understand what an evaluation path is. We'll take an example of the evaluation path OSP, which is delivered by SAP, and understand how to read that evaluation path. Let us go to transaction PPOM underscore old and select one org unit, which is let's say 2481. Let's click on staff assignments to get a list of the remaining objects within the org structure. So in evaluation path describes the relationships that exist between objects in the org structure. So that, let's say if we take an example of the evaluation path OSP, then depending on how the evaluation path is created, the system would pick the objects within that specified start node. So evaluation paths collect objects from the start object in an existing structure according to their definition. So if you use OSP as a starting object, as the evaluation path, and 50012481 is the starting node or start object, then the evaluation path would capture or collect this position and this person. Similarly, if this object becomes the start node, 50024124888, it becomes the start node, then the evaluation path would collect all this positions and the persons assigned to those positions as part of the evaluation. So the definition of an evaluation path determines the start object and which object types using which the relationships are selected. So let us go and take a look at the evaluation path OSP. So the transaction code for creating or maintaining the evaluation path is OOAW. So, and when you go to the transaction OAW, you will see the list of evaluation paths. Let us go and search for the evaluation path to OSP. Select the evaluation path OSP and let's double click on evaluation path individual maintenance. So the evaluation path OSP describes the relationship chain between org units, positions, and person. Now the way to read this evaluation path is, okay, so before we do that, this evaluation path starts selection from an org unit, organizational unit, that is with the object O, as the start object. So the way to read this object would be, this evaluation path would be, the evaluation path first selects all the positions from row 1 of the definition. Now, if you see the relationship, the way it is defined as O incorporates the position S. The incorporates holder is line supervisor of other relationship names that are defined here. So B, if you look at A and B, A is bottom up. That means the relationship has to be read from in the org structure. What a bottom up would mean is, we'll see that. And top down. So say top down. B is top down. So the way to read this would be, an org unit incorporates the position S. So when you look at the org structure, an org unit incorporates the position S. So this org unit 500124888 incorporates the position 500125008. So from top to bottom you're reading, that is B002. Similarly, if this is the starting node, then this org unit incorporates this position. So this relationship between this org unit and this position is B002. Now, A002 is the next relationship between the position and the person. So the way to read this is all persons are selected starting with the position chosen. This is according to the second row here. So which means once the positions are read for the org unit, using the second row relationship, the system would read the persons assigned to those positions. So the evaluation path, for example, if this is our starting org unit, starting node, the system will capture all the positions, all these positions according to the first row. And depending on the second row, so it is top down, bottom up, A is bottom up. So all persons holding the positions S. So the system will read all these person names, all these person name who hold the positions. So this person holds this position, this person holds this position, and this person holds this position. And thirdly, all the subordinate organization units are selected starting with the organization unit, that is the root node. So the org unit O is a line supervisor of O. So this org unit, let's say, becomes a line supervisor of this org unit. So if this is the starting node, the system would read according to the third row. The system would also read these org units which are underneath this. But if you look at this org unit doesn't have any more org units within it. So for this particular starting node, the third row is not applicable. But let's take some other org unit, and if you see, if this is a starting node, the system using the third row, the system would also read this org unit and the objects within that org unit. So a combination of start object and the evaluation path returns a specific number of objects from the existing org structure. Now this exact combination, that is the set of objects returned by this combination, represents a user's structure profile. Now the concrete objects that are returned by a structural profile changes as the organizational structure changes. So if there is any change to the org structure, the objects that are collected and returned by the evaluation path, those also change. So you may not always get the same number of objects when an evaluation path is read. So it all depends on how the structure exists at that point of time. So the objects that are written by a structural profile are neither constant nor node that is desirable. That is, you cannot or should not have a constant org structure. I mean, if it changes, org structure changes, the evaluation path should also return the updated set of objects. So the way the objects are returned from an org structure depends a lot on how the evaluation path has been defined, or that is how the relationship between the objects in the org structure are created or determined. And depending on the starting node of the object of the structure, the evaluation path will return the objects underneath that selected starting node.